Football stadiums can be pretty soulless these days, but there are still some brilliant stadiums to watch football. So here are our top 10 stadiums to visit before you die. At 10, it's the ingenious Sapporo Dome in Japan. The Sapporo Dome seems pretty unassuming at first glance and would look at home in most modern cities. However, an extraordinary feat of engineering means the dome meets its dual-purpose baseball-football requirements with a fully interchangeable pitch. The pitches are switched from inside and outside the stadium, with an entire stand collapsing down to make way for the externally stored hovering soccer stage. At 9, it's the beachside Kantrida Stadium in Croatia. The stadium's location is what makes it so special. Serving as a home for HNK Rijeka with a capacity of 12,000, the ground is due to undergo reconstruction as the club seek to upgrade it. But for view alone, this still remains a must visit if you are in Croatia. At 8, it's Stadio Hernando SILES in Bolivia. This stadium is now banned from FIFA World Cup qualifying matches due to it being 11,932 feet above sea level. The Hernando SILES then became a symbol of the Bolivian struggle against FIFA's ban on games at altitude. After a month of campaigning against the ban, FIFA raised the altitude limit. FIFA then also announced a special exemption for the Stadio Hernando SILES, allowing the stadium to continue holding World Cup qualifying matches. The struggle that Bolivia had to keep this stadium makes it a must visit. At 7, it's the EIDI Stadium from the Faroe Islands. I'm sure you have seen pictures of this ground surrounded by mountains and water before. EB Streymore actually play their home games here with a capacity of 1,000 fans. How people find the stadium is another question, but you have to try. At 6, it's the unconventional MMABATHO Stadium, South Africa. Built in 1981 by an apparently slightly mad Russian architecture firm, the stadium is shaped like a diamond, with the stands at a 45-degree angle to each side of the pitch. The viewing platforms, which in total seat 59,000 spectators, has been used mostly for football matches. However, it has also been used for a Nelson Mandela rally. It's a must visit for its structure as well as the history. At 5, it's the Victoria Stadium in Gibraltar. This stadium is great for 2 reasons. Firstly, it's a brilliant location with the Rock of Gibraltar stood right over the top of the ground. The second is that you could turn up at any weekend during the season and see a game as every team in the league play their home games at this ground. A truly individual ground that's a must visit if you're in the south of Spain. At 4, it's the Estadio Municipal Braga in Portugal. You may have already seen this stadium if you have watched the Euros in Portugal in 2004. The flat rock face behind the goal is impressive enough, and somehow they managed to put a giant scoreboard on there. Sporting Club de Braga currently use the stadium, and you'll be able to get to see a game with ease. At 3, it's the Float Marina Bay in Singapore. Seated beneath the beautiful Singaporean panorama, the platform is entirely made of steel and can bear the load of 9,000 people. The separate stands sat opposite can hold 30,000 people. The platform is used for all kinds of sporting events. It was part of the Marina Bay Street Circuit, which hosted the Formula 1 Singapore Grand Prix. And without a bad view in the stands, it's a must visit. At 2, it's Stadion Grbavica in Bosnia. This is the home ground for FK Željezničar, with a capacity for 16,000 fans. The stadium suffered a heavy structural damage during the Bosnian War that broke out in 1992, with it being located between the first front lines and endured heavy fighting. The name Željezničar means railway worker, given because it was established by a group of railway workers, and inside the ground on one of the terraces, a steam engine stands to this day. And at number 1, we are back in Croatia at the Stadion Gospin Dolac. NK Imotski FC play in one of the most unique stadiums we have found. With a capacity of 4,000 fans, the stadium is sat on a cliff edge and completely surrounded by rock face. This stadium is a must visit for its unbelievable surroundings. Those were our grounds that you have to visit. If you have seen a game in one of these grounds or can think of a better stadium that you have to visit, leave a comment below and tell us. And don't forget to subscribe.